Good morning. It's already hot and steamy, which I expect at this time of year. So, and the sun is coming up bright and looks like it's going to be a beautiful day. I worked so hard yesterday. It was about 6 o'clock last night. My dress was just covered with water and dirt, and I strained my comfrey tea. It smelled so bad. It splashed on me. Ugh. By the time I laid down last night for rest, I laid down, my head hit that pillow, and I just curled up, and I could feel every part of my body just, I breathed it into sinking right into the mattress, and it was great. But it is a busy time of year for gardening if you're in Florida and if you still want to garden. Some people don't because it's too hot. I love it because I got the hose and I just spray myself off, or I run in the house for AC and to cool off. But there's a lot of things that are coming out. Like, don't be upset if your tomatoes look like crap. It's just not, it's too hot and it's too humid. Some might do okay, like Romas might do okay. Some cherry tomatoes might do okay. But for the most part, it's over for tomatoes, but it's not over because in like a week, we need to start seeds for our next round of tomatoes in the fall, which is so exciting. So in the meantime, I'm getting like all the things that are hot weather things right now. So I'm going to make a video on that, on all the hot weather things. But right now I kind of want to focus on the eggplants because it's not too late to get eggplants in. I don't like transplants from big box stores or other stores. I like seeds. I like starting seeds. So it's just so much fun, and I have such an abundant amount of plants from seed, so it's so exciting for me. I get so excited. I don't care what's going on in the world or what's going on in life. You could be feeling like crap, but if you put some seeds in and then you're checking on them every day and then they pop up, you're like, ah! Yeah. They make you smile. It makes you feel good. It reminds you that life is just constantly moving and constantly changing, and it will give us abundance if we got to work for it a little bit, I mean, can't just sit around and wait for it to happen. But anyways, I'll not preach today. How about that? Let's see. I'll turn you around, show you what I got going. All right. All right, now I want to show you how I do the seeds for eggplants, tomatoes, a lot. Sometimes I just sow a whole bunch of them, okay? And when they come up, when they start getting, let me show you right here. When they start getting true leaves, like these are the seed leaves. What are they called? Somebody, no, I can't. It's on the tip of my tongue. Calden. It's a Calden leaf, something like that. Anyways, that's a science for you. But when they get more true leaves on them, I will take them out and I will separate them. And I will put them right back into some good stuff. Now, this is a seed starting mix that I make homemade. It's half vermiculite and half cocoa peat. I buy cocoa peat bricks on Amazon. And I buy my vermiculite on Amazon. I pretty much buy all my a lot of garden supplies on Amazon. But anyway, so I split these up. Now, I have plenty of white eggplant, but I can't have enough. So, these are all white. These are super productive. The white eggplant is just so productive. I can't even, you'll see my plants. They're giving me a whole new flush, every plant. Now, this is let me see. This is a red eggplant. I get my seeds from different places. So, the quality, like the germination rate on the red eggplant, as you can see, I'm sure I put just as many seeds in here as I did in here. was not as good. But I bought them from different places. I bought this from, like, you know, random on Etsy. I just said, oh, red eggplant, that looks pretty. Okay, and then we have over here a Rosa Bianca. Again, I'm pretty sure I bought the Rosa Bianca seeds from the same seller that I bought the red from. And they, again, the germination rate is not as good on those. But from what I understand, these plants are really productive. So we'll see. Okay, then we have some that I'm waiting on. Here we have, I've got an eggplant here. I can't see what it is. This is long purple. Nothing's coming up yet. This is, let's see, we got more eggplant back here. Looks like something's happening in there. So we got an orange, and then another Black Beauty, some Black Beauty eggplant. But then these are the new ones that I have started. This is, let's see, we got the Chinese Bride, which is a white long eggplant with like purple streaking on it. I'm really excited about that one. It's considered a hot weather, like it likes it hot. So eggplants typically do like it hot. They like hot weather. They don't like cold weather. But they can be real finicky. If it gets like 100 degrees and the leaves start drooping, you'll be tempted to water them. But the science behind that is that it's the plant's way of protecting itself. The moisture leaves the leaves, goes back down to the roots again, just to help keep the plant cool. And then when the shade comes, it'll perk right back up again. So some people tend to overwater their plants because they think if they're drooping. So I guess that's why I'm mentioning it. Don't overwater. If you know you watered it, then you're good. All right, so same thing. It is vermiculite and cocoa peat. So what I also do, I think I've shared this before, Epsom salt. I crush up Epsom salt. Like, that's kind of caked up because it's been outside in the humidity. But so I crush it up and I mix it real good into my seed starting mix. And I'm bringing this up because eggplants love Epsom salt. I see a bunch of fruit on my plants. So it reminded me this morning that it's time to give them a nice little helping of Epsom salt around the base of each plant. Maybe a couple tablespoons. And then water it in. You'll bigger fruits, more production, plus it's high in nitrogen and other things. Epsom is a salt of the earth, so it's like high in mineral content, so it really helps with the fruit production as well as leaf production and all that stuff. Here's my cassias that I got from Tiffany from seed. I haven't decided where I'm putting them yet, but they're doing great. I need to move them somewhere. So, okay, so here's all the new eggplants I got started. So I have the Chinese Bride I started, and then I have this one called Rosalina. It's like a burgundy, a bluish burgundy with a bluish hue on an eggplant. It's not dark purple. So I thought that would be interesting. And then this one is called Nubia, and this one's called Nadia. They're like sister eggplants. One is purple long, and then one is, it's got white and purple stripes on it, like zebra stripes almost. So I'm really excited about that. We'll see. I just started those yesterday. So, and what I do is I do not water from the top. I put water in this tray and let all the cocoa peat and vermiculite and everything wick all that up. Okay. That's the little baby seed eggplants. Whoa, tripped over a pole. My eggplants. Whew. So you see I grow them close together like that. I oversow them in the little containers and then I separate them. And when I separate them, I give them, right now, I will separate them and then I will make a mix of dirt, which is, 20-20-20. It's my compost, my cocoa peat, my vermiculite, my perlite, cow manure, or a topsoil with manure in it, or something like that, or a garden soil. But I'm using basically now, I don't want to buy any more dirt. We bought enough dirt that I can just recycle and recycle and recycle and make more. So, and good morning, eggplants. Good morning, babies. Look at you. So, let's see, these are the sunflowers, but the sun is really gonna mess with me now. It's messing with me now, but we have a lot of eggplants coming on, right, like here. That's definitely gonna be an eggplant. Let's see, get up higher. We have lots of eggplants. Got more high. They're all in there. Then I put this up yesterday because it was falling over on the branch, but there's just a ton of eggplants hanging on all over these. There are, see, these are all eggplants. They're everywhere. We got a lot. And I love eggplants, so for me it's just like, it's never too much. So then in here, so those are my white eggplants, but then in here, this is one long purple eggplant plant, but it really you only really need one or maybe two of these. It just depends on how much eggplants you want. Hopefully I'm going to get some more long purple because it's one plant and it's very, very, very productive. So, and I'm loving that. So, okay, let me explain to you what I've got here. In this container, in this one right here, I actually only have one eggplant in here, just the long purple. This eggplant is coming from over here. In this container here, I have two white eggplant. And the reason why I have it like this is because I also have beans in here. I have beans, where is it? I have a Swiss chard somewhere, hiding somewhere. So when I pull out, when the eggplants are done, I feel like there's beans on here. When the eggplants are done, the Swiss chard, here it is, a little Swiss chard. The Swiss chard will get some sunshine again, and then this will come up real nice in the fall. When it gets too cold for the eggplants, that Swiss chard will start doing really good. I like to interplant, like plant things under things. That's how I ended up with huge poblano peppers. They were planted under tomatoes. I knew it will take a long time. They're a longer season than tomatoes. So I knew it was going to take a long time for the poblano from seed. So I had a feeling, I just like tried to guess my time, how long for maturity of the tomato plants. And how long that poblano pepper would take. So then I moved the tomato plants, and then voila, the poblanos get to have all that to themselves now. So these are the purple ones that get like the purple ball on them, Black Beauty. With the sun, I can't see now. But they have a lot of eggplants. So, and then in this container, what I have one, let me feel. I have 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 5 eggplants in that one 15-gallon box right there. These are plastic boxes that sometimes Thomas gets stone in, and we put tape over the little holes in it because too much water and soil was like flowing out. But there are holes in the bottom for drainage. These are more white. And again, this container has 5 eggplants in it. So we have a lot of production over here in this one. So 15-gallon, 5 plants. It worked out. I've got to say though, that over here, where, and I don't know if it's because of the variety or if because they're close together, but the long purple, is just one plant, and it's much bigger as one plant than those are over with 5 of them in the 15-gallon. But what are we eating a lot of? We're eating a lot of white eggplants. And I'm going to tell you, if you don't like the skin on eggplants and you always want to peel the skin off, you can leave the skin on these. It's very tender. It doesn't, you go to take a bite of your eggplant and the skin's around it and you just pull out like a string of skin. Okay, it doesn't do that. It's really tender. I love these. So when I saw I had so many white eggplant out here, and then I had so many seeds germinate, I was like, yes. Okay, so these are the older eggplants that I planted. I started the seeds in February. I planted the plants in March, I think, and by May I had production. So if you want to try to get a shot at getting some eggplants or more eggplants, and you have a good 3 or 4 months at least before you think you're going to get your first frost, which you can look up. You can look it up on the almanac, Farmer's Almanac website, but just ask Google, what agricultural zone am I in? And based on your location, you should just get the answer. And then from there, you can find out your first frost date. So it'll take about three months from seed. You can buy plants and start them, and then you'll have eggplants within maybe a month and a half. But yeah, I like seeds. So these are the big ones from the beginning of, and then these ones are Rosa Bianca. This is the Rosa Bianca bed. These eggplants were started about a month and a half after those. And now these are baby plants, but they are also doing really well. Another thing I want to mention about eggplants, like I mentioned with the peppers yesterday, is that, see big leaves like this? They're blocking airflow. Get in between the eggplants in there. You want to do the same with like tomato plants too. You want to keep airflow going through the beds. So if you see these leaves hanging way low like that, just snap them off. Oops, well, don't rip your plant. Snap them off. And actually what that's going to do is encourage more growth at the top, more branching, more bushing. My eggplants are bushy, just like my pepper plants. And that's also because when they're done producing, see this fruit right here. When I take that fruit, I have that tied up awfully weird. I'm going to have to fix that. When I take this fruit, I might decide to cut the branch, which I would more do on one of these bigger ones. Like, see how these are getting really tall? When these get fruits up there, I'm probably going to snip it off, like right there, and then it'll get more branches and more eggplants, just like the peppers. So, pinch and prune. Pinch and prune the eggplants too. So today, these are going to get... Every plant is going to get a little, tablespoon, maybe tablespoon and a half, I don't know, depends, of Epsom salt. So that way it will help the fruits get bigger, more leaf production. It's just good minerals. And then these are going to get the same thing because these were looking pretty rough. They're in a lot of shade. They don't get as much sun as those. But every time I notice a damaged leaf, I say, okay, I try to diagnose the problem. Look on the underside. What's causing it? Ooh, I see. I think we're starting to have some flea beetle problems, and that's really common for eggplants at this time of year. So what do I do with that? I take my hose, I spray the underside of the leaves really hard, And then I make a mixture of, I take about a teaspoon of peppermint oil, put it in a spray bottle with a little bit of Dawn dish soap, shake it up really good, and then spray the underside of the leaves really good. It doesn't kill them. It really deters them. But they're small enough that usually when you knock them off with the hose, it helps. And it helps with the aphids and spider mites too. So, but I do have some insecticidal soap that is organic and safe and blah, 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 blah. I've only used it one time because I want to know more about it before I trust it completely. But yeah, so what I end up doing is, okay, so that's got like some infestation on it. Take it off. I take it off and I mush it up really good. And I do not throw it in my compost pile. I throw it out in the yard in the sun so the sun can do what the sun needs to do. And we check the temperature. The compost bins are doing really good. But anyway, so that's about eggplants. I give them every month. I give them the same thing as I do when I plant a plant, which is in a big coffee can. I have equal part mixed of organic, slow release vegetable and tomato fertilizer. I think it's Job's right now is what I'm using. And blood meal and bone meal. And worm castings. I mix it all up, and that's what I feed them once a month. And then when they're setting fruit, I also add in Epsom salt. And when I'm starting seeds, I use Epsom salt in my seed starting mixes because something about it is supposed to help. The enzymes are supposed to help help the seeds germinate, break the coating or whatever. I don't know if it's true or not, but it seems to work for me. That's what happens when you harvest all your Swiss chard, so that you can eat it. It's so pretty. I'm just waiting for more. It was delicious. We made egg foo young with Swiss chard. Hot weather, hot weather, hot weather. This is a broccoli. This is called Brazilian broccoli. But the leaves and all, it's so delicious. And the leaves are not fibrous or hard when you cook them. Like you don't have to, or the stems, you don't have to remove the stems or strip them or anything. It's just all yummy. And these are all broccoli rapini. So I said, that's so yummy. So I've got whole new rows coming in here. Okra, hot weather, hot weather. These are Texas Hill Country okra. Yep. So I'll do a video on, before I get carried away. I noticed some, they're been having a problem. Also, if your cucumbers are failing, don't feel like you're a failure. It is the season for that to happen. My cucumbers aren't doing great. I pulled out some older ones, but I'm succession planting. So I'm planting Summer Dance seeds and Silver Slicer seeds. They can handle more heat and humidity than the average, like green cucumbers, Summer Dance is long, skinny, and green. It's a Japanese variety, I believe. I'm also growing a bunch of different melons and stuff. I'll get into it. I'm going to do another video before I get carried away. Because I have to go spray BT on the cucumbers, where I was going with that, because there was some worms in the cucumber. And lately, the chickens have been getting more cucumbers than we have. So I have to deal with that. So I am going to spray BT, which targets specifically worms, and I'm keeping it away from all of the things, all of my butterfly garden that I have planted specific things for to attract butterflies. So that means they do, lay their baby eggs, and so I have larvae and caterpillars that I don't want to kill. So BT, it's organic, it's actually a natural bacteria. But the sucking things that are destroying your cucumbers, squash, tomatoes, things like that, hornworms, you want to remove those. Even though some things make really pretty moths, but they target your squash, cucumbers, and tomatoes. Okay, I'll talk to you later. Hopefully that was a little bit of information on eggplants. But if you have eggplant seeds, get them going now. And if you do the little pot, oversow them, let a whole bunch come up, and then wait for you to get some true leaves after those called-in leaves, those first seed leaves form. And then you can separate them into new containers, and literally before you know it, you're going to have eggplants. I tried to overwinter eggplants last year. The ones from last year. I tried to overwinter them and hope I'd get a new flush like I did with my peppers. It didn't work out that way. The ones I started from seeds grew way faster, produced way sooner, all of it, than the ones that I had tried to overwinter from the year before. So it didn't really work like peppers. I love that. It's like humans, you know. We all have special, unique qualities. So I'm gonna get off now, and I'm gonna hit this cucumber plant. I'll show you with some BT. See, I mean, we've got more cucumbers, lots of cucumbers coming, but I don't want worms in them. Oh, but look at the pretty butterflies. So, and this is why I have Mexican sunflowers and things just all over in different areas, all over the yard, all around the gardens. Every garden has its own little butterfly sanctuary, because they also take care of my vegetables. They're so busy. Listen, I don't know if you can hear it. I hear them in the cucumber buzzing around. The bees are, oh, look it. We got one. Oh no. Yep. Here we go. Oh, I hope there's no worm in there. Alright, so that's what I got to do, y'all, because you see these cucumbers, they come on real fast, and we were at the point where we were like harvesting 3 a day, and we're at the point right now where we're throwing 3 a day to the chickens. So, I want to eat some cucumbers, alright? Everybody have a wonderful day, and I'll do another video because there are definitely some seeds to start, but then I got to figure out how to link. You know, I just want to help everyone. I really do. I want to help everyone be successful with seeds and organic growing. So I'll link where I get the seeds from too. Okay? Everyone, love you guys. Have a great day.